Well, my friends, I'm back because I'm excited and I'm ready to get started. I've been looking forward to just knitting with my friends. Yes, I enjoyed my month off and it was just time that was needed. But, I'm also want to get back and, like I said, and do some happy knitting. All right, real quick, the first video, the first little tutorial was Jay's 5-ridge garter tab. It was the modifications that I'm doing from this book by Melissa Leitman, Knitting Modular. All right, so I took you step by step, and hopefully you just took some scrap yarn and just practice. Just kind of get the feel of it, because after, once I've got that set up and you practice the setup, I don't have to do that anymore. We're simply going to say, I will meet you back at row 5. Or we will get started on row 5, which is what we're going to do tonight. But these are just some of the samples. You saw how I just wanted you to see how easy, if you just follow the steps and kind of get used to it. And now later on we'll change that number. This is just the first tutorial, that the 5 garter ridge tab modification. That was just one tutorial. Well, we'll use, and then I'll change the number depending on some of the other charts. But everything is coming pretty much out of this book. And I think it's going to be helpful to have just one place and not jump around to different books. I've like I say, I have a lot of stitch books, and I've done a lot of stitch book reviews. But this is special, just to stick with this one book and see, can we learn and absorb as much as we can. And I think you're going to find this a lot more helpful, especially for those who like to just do the kind of put their own touch on things. Maybe you can't follow. Maybe there's a lot of people that just really can't follow patterns. But, if you kind of show them a stitch or give them an idea, you can just do what you want to do. All right, so here I just left these little samples out so you can see them. All right, now let me get the chart out and let's get started. All right. Back in just a minute. All right, my friends, I'm back and I am ready to knit. All right, so before we get started, let's check and make sure that we're all on the same page and that you have worked your 5-ridge garter tab. If you have followed the steps, this is what you should have. Take a look at yours. Let me just check my camera because I've got a little setup here. Like I said, we're going to have a little shadow, but can you see that? I'll bring it a little closer. All right, let's go over what you should have. This is we're getting ready to work row 5. That's where you were to meet me. And this is the right side. So you should have 4 stitches on this side, which represents border and a border. Then there are 4 stitches in this little section between these 2 markers. And on this side, that represents the shawl. Then everyone should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches in the center, and that represents the chart right there, which we are going to start working row by row. Does that make sense? Check and see if this is what you have. If so, we are ready to go. This is chart number, and I'm not going to name these shawls and things we make. I'm going to use her chart number, so that way if you have any questions or in the book, you'll know exactly where to find it, and instead of giving everything a name. So this is chart number 45. Chart number 45, and maybe I'll have him put that on, or I'll put it somewhere on the video or something. But chart number 45, it is there's 24 rows, but only 12 are patterned, because the wrong sides we will simply purl back. Do the purl. We don't have to flip any stitches on this chart. All right, the next thing you will notice on this chart, just calling out a few things just before we can get started. One of the things you'll notice, okay. One of the first things you'll notice on the beginning of every right side row and the end of every right side row, there's a yarn over. beginning of every right side row and the end, you have to make a yarn over. That grows the chart. On our shawl, we do, on the wrong side, we do a yarn over to grow the shawl, but on the right side of the fabric, we do knit one, yarn over, knit one. That grows everything out. So in order for the shawl to grow the chart, you have to have a yarn over at the beginning of each right side row and at the end. Okay? Now, like I said, what we're going to do is work row 5 all the way up to 24. There won't be any repeats, so I won't talk about repeats right now. It's just straight, the whole chart. Does that make sense? All right, let's get started. And if there's anything else, I've already looked to see what any special symbol. She has it over here. This little symbol represents slip 2, knit 1, pass the slip stitch over. And I'll remind you that when we get to it. Everything else is pretty easy. All the symbols are basic symbols. If it leans to the right, it's a knit 2 together. If it leans to the left, it's a slip, slip, knit. Or you can do a knit 2 together through the back loop. Sometimes I do that just to save time. All right, and of course, a little circle means a yarn over. We've already know that. And those are the only symbols that we have. Always check the legend or the abbreviation or the key anytime you're working on a chart. All right, so row 5. Let's just look at it first before I knit it. Well, guess what? Row 5 simply says yarn over and knit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then end with a yarn over. Now that's pretty easy. How easy is that? So here we go. Now I'm going to see where I'm going to try over here. Okay, so first of all, I have to knit. Well, hold on a minute. Let me just pick up my stitch. I dropped the stitch right off the bat. Oh, the best is yet to come. All right, slide the marker, and the first thing I see is that long yarn over. So I'm going to knit, okay, then stop, yarn over the needle, then go up under it and knit that stitch again. All right, now I continue across to my next marker. I've increased the shawl. Now I am up to the chart, the 5 stitches that's in the chart. I simply start off with a yarn over to start every row, and on the chart it says just knit 5 all the way across. Stop and then yarn over at the end, slide the marker. Now I'm ready to go to the shawl section. This is the right side, so I know that I'm going to have that long yarn over, and I need to knit into it, knit 1, stop, yarn over the needle, and then go back under and knit it again. Now I can simply slide my marker and knit off 1, 2, 3, and 4. Spread it out so you can see, and you can see your yarn overs. All right, now when you turn the work, you are on the wrong side, and that is row 6. And this is why I really chose these charts, because on the wrong side, well, let's go ahead and do our border. All right, now when you get on the wrong side, you still have to increase, so you slide the marker. Now watch, you yarn over, but then bring the yarn back to the front, and then purl. Now we're just going to purl across all the way. And some of the yarn over, some of the stitches kind of cross each other. Just take your time. Don't be in a rush. Just work the stitches. This is row 6. This is the wrong side. I'm just doing this to get you started. And then all we'll do is just work the right sides to save time. As long as you remember to increase on the wrong side. Okay. Now I'm going to test this color of yarn. I'm telling you, it's so hard to find a great color to work with. And I don't have the greatest lighting, but I'm trying to. Alright, so I'm getting up to the marker where I know that I'm going to have to make an increase on the wrong side. And remember, once you finish purling the stitches, you're already in the yarn over position. So all you have to do is slide the marker, put the needle in, now hold that yarn over on this side, and knit the last 4 stitches. I'm going to turn the work just to look at everything. And sometimes if you take it off the needle and pull it onto the cord, it stretches out a little bit and you can kind of see what you have. This is what you should have. We just finished row 6, the wrong side. The next right side row is row 7. Alright? So, I'll let you catch up and I'll be back at row 7. Alright, so row 7 is the right side. We're already moving. Row 7. I don't know if I should read it. I think I'll just go ahead and just start knitting. And because I really want this to move. I really want you to just settle in. Like I said, I'll take a good picture. I'll do a good close-up so you can do a screenshot if you don't have the book. But all right, so I've knit my 4-stitch border. I slide the marker. All right, this is the right side, so I have that long yarn over. That's the first thing I see. Get used to it. My needle in, knit the first stitch, yarn over, and then go back and knit the second stitch. There's the increase. Now I just go right on over to the chart. Get me some yarn here. Okay, now when I get to the chart, I slide the marker. First thing I have to do is yarn over automatically. You have to start the row with the yarn over. Now it says yarn, so that yarn over. Now let's go. It says knit 1. Then I yarn over again. Then the next symbol leans to the left, so that's a slip, slip, knit. Knit 1 right in the center. Then leaning to the right, knit 2 stitches together. Yarn over, knit 1, and then you have to end with the yarn over, slide the marker, and then knit up to the next marker. Okay, I see there's a long yarn over because we're on the front, so I knit 1, stop, yarn over, and then knit that stitch again. Into that stitch again. Slide the marker and knit for the 4 stitches for the border on this end. So I just like to always just spread it out, take your time and look so you can see how it starts to build. How it starts, and can you see a little garter ridge right in there? Okay, so now when we turn the work, of course, you will be on row 8. Simply purl, but be sure to do your increase, and I will see you on row 9. Look how fast this is going. All right, back in just a moment. All right, so I am up to row 9. So since we have a symbol, I'm going to read it. Well, I keep forgetting to go ahead and do my little borders. So let's go ahead and do that. Maybe I hate to not do this every time, but as we continue on, I may just go all the way up to the chart and be ready. But I don't want you to forget any of the increases. There's that long yarn over. I need to knit into the stitch, yarn over, and knit into it again. All right, we are up to the chart. I'm going to check and just see how my camera is looking. Okay. All right, so when I slide the marker, of course, the first thing you have to do when you're in the chart, you yarn over. Okay, so row 9, it says you start with a yarn over, then knit 1, 2, 3, then yarn over. Then we're going to slip 2 stitches, knit 1, then reach back and pass both slip stitches over and off. Then yarn over, knit 1, 2, and end with a knit 1 and a yarn over. So let's see how that goes. So I'm up to the chart, so yarn over. Now I knit 3, 1, 2, and 3, yarn over. Now I slip 2 stitches, knit 1 stitch. Now reach back and pass those 2 slip stitches over and off, just like that. Then yarn over, knit 1, 2, and then there's 1 stitch left to knit, and then yarn over. Slide the marker, and you knit up to the next marker. Just like this. Just knit right up. So we will be sure to make our increase. And there it is, the long yarn over. So knit into it, yarn over, and knit into it again. Slide the border marker and knit the last 4. I like to turn it, and I like to look at what I have so far, or what you should have also. Now you can see my nice garter ridge setup right there. My 5 garter ridge setup. Okay, that was row 9. Of course, row 10 is the wrong side. Remember to do your increases there also. I will see you back at row 11 of the chart. All right, I'm up to row 11 on the chart. Row 11 reads, yarn over, knit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, then there's a slip, slip, knit, because it leans to the left, then knit 1, 2, 3, 4, and end with a yarn over. Very easy on this particular row. Okay, all right, here we go. Starts and ends with a yarn over. So yarn over, now knit 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Make sure I didn't leave off. There's a yarn over. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now yarn over. No, don't worry. You can always check yourself. Yarn over. All right. Leans to the left, so that's a slip, slip, knit. And then end with knit 1, 2, 3, 4. You only have 4 stitches, and then there has to be a yarn over at the end so that the chart grows along with the shawl. Once you yarn over and you slide the marker, all right, you may have to hold that yarn over on this side of the marker. So just kind of put your thumb there and then knit over to the last marker. See how quick it grows? it really takes off. All right, so I am up to that last yarn over, that long yarn over, so I knit into it, yarn over, and knit into it again. Slide the marker and knit the 4. Now, when you turn the work, you will be on row 12. Every once in a while, I'm just going to make sure to remind you. So when you turn the work, now I'm on the wrong side. You can see that it's the wrong side. All right, so now I knit my 4 border stitches, 1, 2, 3, and 4. You slide the marker and then stop. This is where on the wrong side you yarn over, but then you have to come back around to the front. So you yarn over the needle, but then you need to come back to the front so that now you can purl across all the way to the other end. You won't have to work anything in the chart. You just purl all the stitches till you get to the opposite end. And remember, just every once in a while, I'll just make sure that you don't forget to do your increase on the wrong side. So now I'm just purling. See, now you can just kind of like, woohoo. Now, we're working the whole chart, rows 1 through 24. The first time around, there, if you notice, there are no repeats yet. And that's another thing I liked about the charts. You have to work the whole chart with however many rows the first time around. Then the next time you start, then that's when the repeats start. So that's when you really have to kind of pay attention. So the first time is like getting a pass. Like, okay, I can enjoy the stitch. Don't have to worry about any repeats right now until I finish all the rows. Then the next time we start up again, then I'm going to work the repeats along with you also, because that's when a lot of people, especially if you're new, where it kind of throws you off. Okay, I'm just purling across. I just want to make sure that no one forgets how to do the increase on the wrong side, on the purl side. These projects are long, but I'm trying to make them, they're just so worth. And I just enjoy them so. This is my happy knitting. All right, now watch. As I purl over, I see I'm up to the last stitch, and I see the marker. But ding, 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 you need to make sure that you do the yarn over. Once I finish that last purl stitch, I'm in the yarn over position. So all I have to do, just don't put the yarn in the back and then slide the marker and knit. You'll be short. So as soon as you finish purling, you're in the yarn over, just slide the marker and then hold that yarn. You may have to hold this yarn over on this side of the marker. See, it just kind of wants to fall on the other side. So hold it over with your thumb like that and then just knit. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Just wanted to make sure. Now I'm going to turn. I'm going to put my work here so that you can see it. I'm going to open it out. I got it on the cable. Look at that. With hardly any, I'm not even sweating. That completed row 11 and row 12. So I'll let you catch up and we will start row 13, the right side. I went ahead and did that row 12 just to remind you how to do the increases on the purl side, because sometimes people forget. Okay, back in just a minute. I'm going to let you catch up. All right, we are up at row 13. We're on the right side. And row 13 reads, you start with the yarn over, then knit 1, 2, 3, 4. Then this symbol leans to the right, so knit 2 stitches together, yarn over, knit 1 in the center, yarn over, slip, slip knit, and then knit off 1, 2, 3, 4, and yarn over. Okay, so I'm up. All right, I'm up to the chart, so I slide the marker and I start with my yarn over, and then I knit 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yarn over 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, then the first symbol I see leans to the right, so I knit 2 stitches together, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, slip, slip knit. Okay, then knit 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now yarn over, slide the marker, and finish this side of the shawl, including my increase. Knit 1, yarn over, knit 1. What's your happy knitting? What do you like to knit? When this is I would call this my happy knitting. When I'm knitting in my house by myself, maybe some music on or some kind of crazy movie that I'm not really paying attention to because I'm knitting. This is happy knitting for me. I mean, I could just knit on this non-stop. Alright, so when I turn the work, I'm just going to let you see, my needles don't stop banging, what we have so far. Hold yours out, pull it over to the cable, hold it out, and see if it looks like what I have. Alright, so now, of course, when you turn the work, you will work row 14, including the 2 increases, and I will see you back at row 15, the right side at the chart. Oh, we are moving now. So pretty. Alright, so we are at row 15 of the chart. Row 15 of the chart reads, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, slip, slip knit, knit 1, knit 2 together, yarn over, then knit 1, 2, 3 right in the center, yarn over, slip, slip knit, knit 1, yarn over, slip, slip knit, knit 1, yarn over. Now you don't have to memorize all that, but just so that just reading it out sometimes just helps me. I read it out to myself even when I'm knitting. All right, I'm at the chart. Let's make sure I didn't bump my camera or anything. Sometimes when okay, make sure I am on. All right. Here we go. Yarn over, knit 1. Yarn over again, then knit 2 stitches together. Knit 1. Whoops, I think I made a mistake. Let me back out. I lost train of thought, so look, and that happens. Back out. All right, let's go again. Row 15, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over. Okay, it's leaning to the left, the first symbol, so it's a slip, slip knit. Slip, slip knit, stop. Now the next stitch is a knit 1, knit 1 stitch, Now there's the symbol leaning to the right. So that is a knit 2 stitches together. Just like that. Yarn over. Now there's knit 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. Here we go. Yarn over. Now the stitch leans to the left, so that's a slip, slip, knit. Knit 1. Yarn over. Slip, slip, knit. At the very end, there's 1 stitch left. And then be sure to do your last yarn over, slide the marker, and continue to knit across the shawl, doing your increase at the very end. We are just knitting. All right, I'm up to my long yarn over, so make my increase, knit, yarn over, and then knit the stitch again. After a while, you're just going to love. Oh. All right. We've just completed row 15. And this is what you should have. This is how my sample looks. So when you turn the work, you're on row 16. Continue to work. Be sure to increase. And I will see you at row 17, the right side again, at the chart. Okay, so we are at row 17 of the chart, the right side, and it reads, of course, start with a yarn over, then knit 2 together, yarn over. Now knit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yarn over. Then we're going to do the slip 2 stitches, knit 1, and then reach back and pass those 2 slip stitches over and off. Then a yarn over. Then we knit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yarn over. Slip, slip, knit, yarn over. Alright, so I slide the marker. Now I'm ready for the chart. Yarn over. I knit 2 stitches together. Yarn over. Now I knit 5. 1, 2, 3. That's 4 and 5. Go back and count just to make sure that you had 5. Yarn over. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now do a yarn over. Then you're going to slip 2 stitches. Just slip them. Okay, then knit 1. Now reach back and pass each slip stitch over and off, just like that. Just over and off. Now I need a yarn over and knit 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Then a yarn over. Then I see a slip, slip, knit. And of course I have to end the chart with a yarn over. So I yarn over, slide the marker, and then hold that yarn over so it won't move. There you go. Now just work the rest of the shawl, including your increase on this edge. Okay. All right, so I'll turn. Now look at that little extra we're getting now. Look at that. All right, so now, of course, row 18 is the wrong side. Be sure to increase. And then I will see you back at row 19. Look at the progress we're making. All right, back at row 19. All right, we are up to row 19 of our chart. Row 19 reads, of course, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, slip, slip, knit. Then knit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yarn over, slip, slip, knit. Then knit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, and in with the yarn over to end row 19. All right. That's a nice easy row, isn't it? All right, I slide my mark. I'm up to the chart, so I slide the marker, and I start with the yarn over. Let's go. Knit 1, then yarn over again, slip, slip, knit. Okay, now knit 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, yarn over, slip, slip, knit. Now we have a knit 6 again. Let's go. 1, 2, that's 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so then yarn over, slip, slip, knit, and in the row with the yarn over. Slide the marker and continue to knit across the shawl. Just like this. And then you will make your increase when you get to the marker. On the front side, it's knit 1, yarn over, knit 1. Now, I'll just turn. It is starting to grow, but we haven't started repeats yet. Okay, so now, when you do, of course, row 20 is the wrong side. I will see you back at row 21. We're almost there. Well, we've made it to row 21. And row 21 reads, of course, you start with a yarn over, then knit 2 stitches together, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, slip, slip, knit. Now knit 1, 2, 3. Then knit 2 stitches together again, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, knit 1, 2, 3, then knit 2 stitches together, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, and in with the yarn over. Well, we finally get a workout on this row. Now this is the kind of row you want to just kind of be in the rhythm. Don't be trying to do 2 or 3 things. Be in the moment, and you will make it through, and you will do just fine. So up to the chart, I slide the marker, row 21 again. All right, of course, we start with a yarn over. Now let's go. Knit 2 stitches together, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, slip, slip, knit. Now knit 1, 2, and 3. Okay, I'm in near the center now. You're going to knit 2 stitches together, yarn over, knit 1 for the center, yarn over, slip, slip, knit. Now knit 1, 2, and 3. All right, knit 2 stitches together, yarn over, knit 1, yarn over, slip, slip, knit, and in with a yarn over. Whew, I was committed. Make sure that last yarn over, and then just knit to the end of the shawl on this side. You have to be committed to like, okay, stay focused. So now that was row 21. Of course, row 22 will be the wrong side. And I will see you back at our last right side row, row 23. Well, we just about made it through the first whole repeat rows. Well, we didn't even start at 1. Remember, we started at 5. 5 through 24. Well, this is row 23 we're about to do. It's the last pattern row. So let's read it. All right, row 24, of course, row 23, of course, it's the right side. So it starts with a yarn over, then knit 2 together, yarn over. Now knit 1, 2, 3. Yarn over, slip, slip, knit. Knit 1, knit 2 stitches together, yarn over, then knit 1, 2, 3. Yarn over, slip, slip, knit, knit 1, knit 2 together, yarn over, then again you have knit 1, 2, 3. You end with a yarn over, a slip, slip, knit, and the last yarn over. Yay! All right. Let's be committed as we go across this row. I'm up to the chart. I slide the marker. And of course, I start with a yarn over. So I do that first. Now let's go. I have the yarn over. Now knit 2 stitches together. Yarn over. Now knit 3. 1, 2, and 3. Yarn over. Then you have a slip, slip, knit. Then knit 1 stitch. Now knit 2 stitches together. Yarn over. Let's go again. Knit 1, 2, and 3. Yarn over. Slip, slip, knit. All right, now knit 1 stitch. Then knit 2 stitches together, yarn over, knit 3, 1, 2, and 3. Make sure I get 3. All right, now yarn over, the last slip, slip, knit, and in row 23 with a yarn over. Slide the marker and knit across this side of the shawl. And be sure to make the increase at the end. I think I'll go ahead and just knit across this one so we can stop and talk and tell you. We'll take a look at what we have, and then I'll tell you what we'll do next. What's the next part of this? So I'm just going to go ahead and just knit on camera. Guess what time it is? It's like 1:30 in the morning. I'm telling you, people. I can't be the only one. If you really care about putting content in your, really want to share, sometimes it takes to 1:30 in the morning. This is just the first part. Now, tomorrow night, I'll try to do the last part, or the next part. All right, there's that yarn, that long yarn over, so knit into it one, then yarn over, and knit into it a second time. Now I can slide the marker. Okay, now of course, row 24 is the wrong side, and you must do that with the increases, just like you've been doing all along, but I'm not going to do, I'll do that off camera. So right now, this is what I have so far. This is what you should have. I'm going to just hold it just for a minute, just for a second or two, and let you see so that you can hold yours out. You know, if you've left some yarn overs off here on the side and you kind of forgot, this is why you don't use your best yarn yet. We're practicing. We're getting the idea. I'm explaining to you so that you'll have, you know, I like it. Once something is explained to me, then I can make a good decision on if that's something I want to do, or if I want to spend more money or time and effort. But I'm telling you, it is so worth it. I'll just flip over to the back too, just so you can see the back. Of course, you can't really see the design, but you can see it's nice and neat. So now, all right, let me lay this here and we just talk just a minute. Let me just see if I'm on. Okay. All right, so now we have completed this chart. We didn't have to start at row 1. We started at row 5, so 5 through row 24. Row 24, like I say, you must finish, and don't forget to do the increases. Now, the next step, the instructions will tell you, okay, the repeat is, I can take this off now so we can see the whole chart. Let's see, can I get it off without messing up everything? All right, so now, we're going to repeat these rows, but we only have to go back down to row 9. The repeat is 9 through 24, 9 through 24, 9 through 24. I repeated this at least 4 times, but before don't even worry about that, because what I'm going to do is come back. I'm going to go ahead and get this video and get it so I can get it up. And I'm going to make them all, you know, so I can put one up right after another. I'm losing my voice, people. So that I can do one whole repeat with you, because there are a lot of people who are new to chart reading, and it's the repeat that throws everybody off. Okay, so you made it through the first time around, but we didn't have any repeats. Because now, look, the more the pattern and the stitches grow, the more repeats you're going to start having now. Every time you repeat 9, row 9, all the way up to 24, the repeats get longer and longer and longer. So I will be doing the first repeat with you to make sure that you got it, and just give you some good tips too. Give you some good tips and show you how I use things, the things that I use to help me when I'm doing these charts. Does that make sense? So, all right, this is stitch number 45. I guess I wish I had put that on the, maybe I can start writing it on the chart. I just thought that might look tacky. I didn't want it to look tacky. But it saves him a lot of time if he doesn't have to. I'll see. I'll put it on. I'll put it on there. Okay. But this was out of the Modular Knitting book by Melissa Leitman. This is her chart number 45. I don't know if I said 49. It's 45. And that's what we're going to use as the name. That way, if you have any problems, you can always say, Jay, I'm having problems with chart number 45 or chart number 15 or whatever it is. Does that make sense? So, I'm trying to think. I don't want to get into looking at the shawl or anything right now. All I want to do is have this set in your mind that we have done all the rows from 5 up to 24. And I will let you catch up because I didn't expect you to keep up with me. That's when I was knitting fast. I wanted to get it done so that I can get it on tape. Now, you work on yours, and then I will come back with the first repeat, and we will start at row 9. This box represents the stitches that we're going to repeat. And like I said, I'm going to give you some good tips and show you some fun ways to kind of make it interesting and to stay focused. Does this help at all? I hope you like this. I hope yours turns out to look really pretty. Like I said, we're just practicing and to kind of get you into this, because I'm going to, I'll do this. You can see they're going to take, they're long shawls. It's going to take, the project will take you a little while to knit. So I'll think of something in between, maybe something small or just a stitch, maybe a special stitch tutorial or something to throw in there just to break it up. All right, I can't think of anything else. My voice is going. I'm just excited that you're giving this a try. I'm telling you, it is, I call this my happy knitting when I'm knitting in the zone like this. So stay with it. Take your time. Row by row. Stitch by stitch. And like I say, if you have the book, you can just follow along in the book. And if you notice in the book, you see how long the written instructions are each row? That's why I knew I couldn't do that. And that would have been infringing too much, trying to get all her stuff written. No. It's easy to just take the chart and then work it to fit my modifications to get my shawl and share it with you. All right, this is Jay, and of course, this is just, I'm not really saying goodbye because this is just the first part. I will be with you tomorrow night, and we will start the repeat on stitch, the modular stitch. I got to give this, I don't have no name for this. The modular stitch number 45. That's what we'll just say. The modular stitch number 45. All right. Have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.